And welcome back to Music Free Gaming. I hope you're having a fabulous day this lovely, lovely Saturday. Sorry, I get my chat and everything back up. Um, yes, it's actually a lovely day here. Other than all the snow, we are it has been spring this week, and yeah, springtime in Colorado, especially in the mountains, is a special breed of chaos, and I would say I love it. It's fun, but you know, it's caused some headaches this week. So, and probably some backaches, as I may have to go shovel snow this afternoon. But we're not here to talk about snow. We're here to dive into some create mods. So let's jump over into that. All right, so we are here. You know, I should turn the gamma override on just to make it easier for y'all to see, but because we're going to be spending a lot of time here in the nether. But the farm is done. I AFK'd for a long while, and managed to get enough powdered snow. I layered this stuff 3 blocks deep. That might be a little bit of an overkill. I gotta say, it might be too much. It might be, but this is what we're doing here because, you know, I can. So, anyway, so this is good. This works great. All of this stuff is working fine. We're getting the prismarine blocks and the prismarine and the sea lanterns. We are not getting any dark prismarine, which I believe is because we're not getting any squid. So, that's lovely. And then we're also getting some fish, okay? So much fish that we're now backed up and potentially going to overflow this storage box in many, many years. So that is fine. Also, these crystals, same deal. We're going to back up and eventually fill this. Okay. That was weird. Got tabbed out of my game for some strange reason. Anyway, so these crystals are backing up here and just waiting for enough of the prismarine shards to make all of the glass. So, or all the sea lanterns. So we're doing great. But, other than this chest not closing, we're doing great. So, the next thing we're going to need to do, we're going to have to do a couple things. But I want to set up a train station for all of our happy little fishy drops. Because remember, I have restaurants that need fish. I have a pizza shop that wants fish on pizza. I don't want fish on pizza, but the shop needs fish on pizza. So we're going to be dealing with that today. And we're going to start by putting my backpack on. Okay, cool. So let's get the train box, and we're going to start by getting some track. Okay, we're also going to need a train station, and we're going to need a bunch of train signals, so we'll deal with that here in a little bit. So step 1, I want to align some track over here. Okay, we are going to align some track right over this way. I probably got that in the right place. All right, and we're just going to connect up over here. All right, so that's lovely. All right, now let's go ahead and bring track this way, at least here. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to run another belt from this chest, and we're just going to connect up to a thing over here. Let's be sure I'm in the right place. Yeah. We're going to come right along this aisle here. Aisle? Why did I do aisle? I guess it's a word. All right, so we're going to come up like so. And, yeah, it's going to be fine. So let's bring some track around this way. All right. And then I want to come across, like, around here would be good. All right. And we're going to come this way because I want to come around this. Now, let's see. So I need to come around the portal. So let's grab some track. We're going to come from here out this way. All right. And now I'll just swing around over here. Would help if I had enough track. Here's hoping I actually have enough track. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Okay. Yes, we'll just connect up. It'll be great. So I think what I am going to have to do is back off this track just a little bit. Or not. Okay, wonderful. Good morning, Dandy. How's it going? Welcome, welcome. I hope your day is going well. We're going to grab some train signals here. It's going to be a grand old time. All right. So train signal, come off this way. All right. And train signal coming this way. So how you doing this fine morning? Hopefully you're doing okay. All right, now this one we're going to have go in two directions. So one here and one here. Now, I think what I'm going to need to do is swap these so they do this doodly bob. Got one of the new characters in a game for Easter events. Okay, cool. That can be fun. Okay, now this is going to have to be... All right. Sorry, I've got all sorts of signaling that's going to have to happen here. It's a thing. That's the train station. That's not where the train station is going to go. One of these things is not like the other. Okay. So this is going to go... Oh, right. I need to... Let's actually change this. I need to bring a curve from here around this way. Okay. Because the train's coming out the portal, we're building a loop. It's kind of hard. Okay. Well, good. It's always nice to succeed at something, you know? I like success. You know, I don't get it a lot, but I like it. All right. So that's going to go there. Let's go ahead and light those up. Okay. And then this one is going to be a bidirectional dealy bob. So it's going to go there and there. Okay. All right. Nice. So that should work out just fine, I hope. Okay. So next, let's get our train station in place over here. All right. So, oh, you know what I think I need to do? I think I'm going to have to slap a glass block on top of those, or we're going to be getting ghasts, and that would be unfortunate. I could do with fewer ghasts in my life. I don't know about you, but unless they're happy. But sadly, we only have emo ghasts here, so... Okay, so that's going around this way. All right, cool. So now we need a train station. So we're going to come from here. Train station's going to go there and there. All right. And so this is going to be guardian fish. Okay. And, oh. Guardian, I can't spell fish. You know what? I'm going to need a chunk loader over here. Yeah, I'm going to have to attach a chunk loader to this thing. Wow, I still have morning voice. That's great. I recorded a podcast this morning, and you would think I would be over the whole morning voice thing, but not so much. All right, so that's going to go there. Let's put another signal back this way just to keep the trains from bumping into each other. Should be fine, but I don't expect to have a lot of trains through here, but we'll get a couple. And I would like them to clear past the portal, and they'll back up over that way. Okay. Nice. So I think this part is set. So now the next thing I'm going to need is we're going to need a portable storage interface. Portable storage. Okay. It's one of those things I sometimes remember how to craft. Not always, mind you, but sometimes. Okay. So this is going to come up right. Well, kind of, sort of. It's going to go that way. All right. So now we're going to need to get stuff from there to there. Which, yeah. Honestly, this isn't going to be overly crazy, difficult, or anything like that. It just needs to be a thing. Okay. So I think to there, right? Ta-da! Yes. Do you know? What do I know? Do I know anything? That is a question that trying to figure out for years. Okay. And we'll just do this with belts. That's fine. All right. Nice. Now, we'll need to get output going, and we need to get these wheels spinning. So, let's see if I have a gearbox, which I do. Awesome. Are we going to get lucky? No. Well, cheese monkeys. All right. I can't really put it on that side, so I guess what I'll have to do is let's I can bring this forward one, or I can cut it back. We'll bring it forward. That's fine. All right. And then right there, which means I'm going to have to craft up another gearbox because I'm out. Hi, I'm just going to get confused about where everything is. It's okay. We're totally fine. I can make louvered shutters. So, you know, like you do. Sometimes you need all the louvers. All right, I was hoping I had some planks already made up, but nope, that's fine. I have these logs, and those will be fine. All right, so let's go ahead and craft up a bunch of those. And where's my andesite? There we go. So let's craft countertop. No. Now, countertops are cool, but not at all what I'm looking for. Let's grab, horizontal gearboxes. There we go. All right, so we'll just do it this way. All right, so now that's spinning the way it needs to spin. Spawn-proof that. Awesome. And so now I happen to have right here in my hot little hand, or my backpack anyway, we've got ourselves some funnels. Okay. So that's good, but said we're going to have to go get ourselves a chunk loader. Actually, I wonder if I already have one made up. Let's check the ender chest. I do. Ooh, well, that's convenient. What do you know? I actually prepared something ahead of time and it's useful and stuff. I don't know. I'm not entirely sure I trust that I actually did something. But hey, we're good. Everything's good. We're fine. Okay. So this is going to attach to the train station. Oops. All right, now. Okay. Honestly, this doesn't need to be big. Well, actually, it might need to be big. I take that back. Let's see. Hang on. We need to look at chunk borders. 1, 2, 3. All right, so I'm going to have to go bigger. 2 gets me almost where I need to go. So, you know, I'm that close. Okay, I guess that's okay. Oh, actually, let's do it this way. Let's do it this way. Let's take this out. We'll just move the train station. Okay, so for those of you who've never seen these before, the way this chunk loader works is you put it on a train station. You could also just load it separately, but you put it on a train station and oh, right, I need to do this. And when a train comes by, it will load the chunk while the train is there. That allows it to basically do all of the pickups and deliveries and things that it needs to do, which is lovely. Okay, so we'll slap this on here. I do need to adjust it first, so yeah, see a 3x3, that's not gonna, or a 3 block one's not gonna quite cut it. So I do still need to go 5, but that should include most of the Guardian farm actually, which would be nice. So, all right. So we should be good. So whenever a train comes by and stops at this train station, this should then load and everything will be great. Okay, that's the plan. So that the trains that come here will be able to pick up fish. Okay, and that is wonderful. Now, the one problem I have is that I've got to deal with the fish. So I'm going to head back to my base because I want to craft up a simple storage system here for all of the output that's coming from this happy little Guardian farm. Okay, so let's fly. All right. Whew. Yep, sorry y'all. It's the nether and it's dark in here. I should just turn the gamma up, shouldn't I? All right. All right, so here we are. Let's get down to the workshop. Or the storage, actually. Let's see if I've got what I need to just craft these things. Or I might even have some in stock, but I don't know. Sometimes I actually have things. Okay, storage boxes. I do have, oh, I am going to need these. I'm going to need more than that, though. So let's take all of that. So I'll need those. To really make this work, though, I am going to need some flint, which I think I've got some flint over here. Yeah. All right. Cool. Flint. because I will need to create flint and steel, which I've got some iron, so that'll be fine. So still have an invisibility potion. We may be using that later. So that's a thing. Okay, so we're gonna need those. So let's see, if I want to craft simple storage trims. Okay, we'll do spruce this time. Oh, those are storage boxes. I'll have to craft those too, but the trim. Spruce storage trim is just, it's andesite alloy in spruce. Okay. Which I should have some of those. Andesite alloy, spruce. Cool. All right, so let's get ourselves some spruce storage trim. Will I need that many? Holy mackerel, I do not need that many. Okay, no, that's andesite casings. Okay, woo. Okay, 9 of those. We're good. Everything's great. Everything's wonderful. All right. And I've got inputs. Grab those vaults. I will need the vaults as well, but okay, so there's the input or a simple storage interface, but I actually need a couple of things here. So storage. I need the controller, which is redstone link, brass casings, and electron tubes. I think I have all of those. We're just gonna take the wings off so that I can actually get at this faster. Okay, brass casings we got. Okay, I can craft those. All right. Nope, this is fine. Light bulbs we got. All right. Next thing I'm going to need is radio or redstone links. Let's see, do I have in the smart things? I don't. Oh, look, an observer. Okay, never mind. Yeah, be mind. All right. Well, then, since I don't have those, what else am I going to need then? Because I've already forgotten. I used to remember things. I'm old now. All right, so let's clean out the inventory here a little bit. Okay. So okay. I have redstone links. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the redstone. You know what? I already have torches. Let's just use the torches we already have. Redstone links. Awesome. Now I should be able to come over here and make a... Maybe? Yes, I want one of those. Thank you. I feel better now. All right, so I think we're going to be good. Now I just need storage boxes. So I happen to have in my inventory here, I do have some copper storage boxes, which honestly will probably be enough for everything except maybe the fish. So let's grab a hardened storage box, which we'll use for the fish. Okay. That should be fabulous. All right. All right, and then we should be good to go, I guess. Now, I do need to think about this a little bit when I set it up on the other end, but I'll explain the problem, I think, when I get there. I mean, I think I'll explain the problem. I don't know that I'm actually going to explain the problem, but I think I'm going to. That's just how this is going to work. I think I'm going to explain things. Am I actually going to explain things? Well, I don't know. You know, explaining is hard, and there's a reason I'm not a teacher anymore. And you know, I think we'll just we'll go with the lack of explanation for a while, okay? Okay. All right, so we're going to slide over here to our happy little thing. Awesome. Now, the way we're going to set this up is one, let's put the backpack back on. All right, so we're going to be letting this guy do all sorts of stuff. So actually, now as I'm thinking about this, I might want to adjust things just a little bit. I think I'll be okay. What I might need would be some passers, actually, would be a good thing, which I have conveniently left back at the base. So, you know, I plan ahead. That way you don't have to, right? That's not how that quote goes. Speaking of quotes, I got podcasts recorded. I actually have two recorded. One's ready to go out already, and I recorded one for next week as well, because next Saturday I get to go pick my son up from the airport, and so I won't have a lot of time in the afternoon and evening to well, edit and do whatever I need to for the podcast. So that was fun. It's nice to be ahead of the game a little bit. Let's see. The redstone section. I forgot where I put these. Ah, there they are. Passers. Okay. I'm going to have to do some fun stuff, because passers famously do not work with chests for reasons. Also, while I'm thinking about it, there will be no stream on Tuesday. Okay, so I'm traveling for work. Yep, it's ominous just like that. No, I'm traveling for work, and so will not be able to stream because I will not be here. You know, that's how that works. So so there will be no stream on Tuesday. So we'll be you know, having a happy little break or something. All right, so let's see. Do I have more storage vaults? I do, which is good. All right, now, actually, so what I'm going to do is we're going to set up, because I'm going to have to replace these with something else, which is annoying, but yeah, it's fine. We're totally fine. It's great. Everything is awesome. I think. Trying to remember how these things work. Because I would like to come directly off of this into the storage boxes, which I think I can do. But all right. Yeah, this is going to be wonderful. Okay, so actually what I would like to do, I might have to create some more storage vaults, is let's do this way. Okay. Oops. Come on. Well, you can do it. There we go. There we go. Let's oh. Look, I have all this stuff and nowhere to put it. All right. Nope, we're good. All those prismarine bricks in the thing here. Or not. Hang on. I have to store some bricks. All right. My cat is now having something. It's okay, Dusty. It's all right. We're good. Everything's fine. All right, so now the next thing I need to do is actually set up the computer. So I think the way we're going to do this is, one, I'm going to need to put a spacer in between here. So let's just slap a block in for now. Okay. And obviously I'll have to spawn-proof this whole mess, but you know what? I take that back. I want to move this over one. Okay. Does it need to be moved over one? No. No, it does not. Am I going to? Yeah, absolutely. Okay. I think we're going to be okay with this. All right. So the plan now is storage boxes. Good morning, Snoopers. How you doing? Hopefully you're having a fabulous morning. Okay. So these are, oh no, these are just storage boxes. They're not simple storage boxes. I'm going to have to go back to my storage because I'm forgetful and not reading things. Well, fine. All right. Fine. And also fine. All right. Anyway, so this is how my morning has gone. I'm back and forth to my base. So how are you doing? I hope I hope things are easing up for you. I know your work and stuff schedule has been insane. Okay. All right. So let's storage. You're still waking up. Nice. Well, isn't that what the song says? Waking up is hard to do. Guys, storage boxes. All right, storage boxes. These are not the right storage boxes. So, all right, we'll have to craft up some more. Oh, coming week's your annual audit. Ooh, that will be crazy. Audits are always a little nuts. Do I actually have any of those display boards? I might not, actually, now that I think long and hard about it. Yeah, you can tell all the longness and hardness. That might be the wrong way to put that. Totally think. Hopefully they settle down to a dull chaos. Okay, that's fair. That is fair. All right. All right, so I'm going to have to actually craft up the whole mess. All right, so display boards. Okay, andesite and light bulbs. I have those. They're in here, but I have them. Light bulbs. Andesite. Okay. Good enough. Display boards. All right, and then if I want to create storage boxes, okay, we'll need some of that, and we'll need, jeez, everything's in my backpack, and I'm not wearing my backpack, so it's, you know, you'd think wearing your backpack would make it harder to get into, but that's actually not the case. Okay. Storage. I need spruce storage. That one. Okay. Do not need 25 of them though. I can make 10 of them though. I think that's going to be too many, but I'll take it. Yeah, you know, it's funny. I had this week off from work, right? Just needed to burn some time and, you know, take some paid time off. Little intimidated for this year's audit. Oh. Yes, because it's in person. That's always fun. Yeah, when I was a finance clerk at church, you know, we had audits twice a year. And so I made darn sure that everything was in order because, man, I wanted my audit to be boring. I wanted boring audits. I am a person who is happy to have boring audits. Oh, it's your request that it's in person. Okay. But I get it. I totally get it. Okay. So simple storage plus trim equals fun, right? So that will go here, and then a trim. And then a storage box, and then a trim. Okay. But yeah, anyway, so as I was saying, I had the week off from work, and you would think that would be nice and restful. You would be wrong. But that was the idea. That was the hope and dream, was that it would be restful. Turns out, it was spring all over everything this week, and we dealt with power outages and more power outages and just weirdness. Okay. There, that is spawn proof. All right. So now what I should be able to do is pop in a passer, which should go that way. Nope. I can crouch, and I'm so used to crouching when dealing with storage that it's like, okay, that goes that way. Sweet. Now that's starting to fill up, which is lovely. Next one. Okay. Oh, so much prismarine. All right, let's just pick up a little bit of this, okay? Montana got a good dump of snow. Nice. Yeah, we're spring is so funny because I live in a mountain valley, right? So we'll get spring for us means high winds, which is okay. High winds are always fun. Right? Who doesn't like high winds? But okay. But then, yeah, we'll get random snowstorms that will last, just a few seconds or something, It's a thing. All right. Now this one, same deal. We're just gonna keep it going. Oh, and I should probably get rid of the prismarine. All right. Nice. So that'll, unfortunately, this is going at hopper speed because I'm using the slow ones. So, that's cool. Uh-oh. I broke things. I didn't mean to break things. All right. That's just been everything this week, is all the things getting broken. All right, so I think if I can reach here and here. All right. Oh, man. Okay, cool. So that's going to go there. Let's grab another passer, which will go in here. Yeah, that way. All right, and now let's chuck all that prismarine, or all the sea lanterns, back into the boxes. Now, I'm not hooking up these things to train pickup because I don't care. All the automated pickup is going to be it's just going to be for the fish, right? That's all I need. The sea lanterns and stuff, I'm not worried about. This one, in fact, I don't think I'm going to be getting anything out of this one. This is dark prismarine, which is awesome, but I don't have barrels. Yeah, dark prismarine is awesome, but I don't think I'm getting any squid, which is, sort of important for the whole make dark prismarine concept that I've got trying to happen here. Okay, so that's going to go that way. So just in case we do get dark prismarine, it'll go there. Which, do I happen to have any in my inventory? Well, that would be a no from me. All right. I think I have squid juice somewhere. Do I have squid juice? Again, this was the whole problem, is it's not creating, I'm not getting ink sacs. All right, hang on. I'm going to search because I can. Ick juice. Yep, that sounds about right. No, I've got redstone links. I do not have ink. All right. Cool. Well, so dark prismarine is not going to be a thing. But... Okay, I do need cod. Raw cod is going to go here. All right. So if we are getting raw cod, it's going to happen there. All right. So now this, which is totally full of all the raw cod, is going to be doing stuff. Now, I do need... if I get squid, I'm going to have problems with the gray dye, so we'll have to figure that one out here in a minute. Honestly, I think I could have a way of doing that. If I had built this up higher, it would be easier to deal with, but I didn't. So we're gonna deal with it this way. Okay, and we are going to definitely cod it up. All right. Yeah. Hang on. We're gonna pick up some cod. So much cod. Here, let's maybe clear a little bit of inventory space so I can pick up all the cod. All right, and now for my next magic trick, we are going to throw some cod back into the system because of, well, I just don't need all this cod. So we're gonna, why did that not, hang on, I think I need to, okay, it's there, it's just, all right, that's cool. All right, no, this all makes sense. I can't complete that sentence. It's not true. Nothing about this makes sense. But hey, we're gonna do it, and it's gonna be great. The good news is, you know, we've got this lovely frozen fish factory, so okay, that's cooked cod. I don't want to deal with that. So frozen cod goeth in there. Goeth is a word that's not used often enough, I think. Also, picking up the cod is not quite what I had in mind, but okay. In any case, that goes there. Cool. So this is going to go slowly but surely. I'm sure, right? Because that's how that phrase works. All right. So now all of this is going to go here, and yeah. All right. So this should be good. Eventually, this will fill up and we'll be set. So what I'm going to need to do here, now I've got a bunch of these void things, okay? You disagree. Okay, okay. You're probably right. All right, so this needs to not be fish. It needs to be dark prismarine. You know what? Because I haven't flown back to the base enough, oh, hang on. I need elytra. If I'm going to be flying, I need elytra. Goeth is used plenty often enough. Right. That's it. We're good for a decade. All right. That's fair. That is fair. Oh, hey, I've got some. Where's my backpack here? I've been wanting to do this for about 15 seconds. So let's go ahead and do this. We're going to take some track from here. It's going to go all the way over to there. And I think that's going to make something happy. Or something. I do need... All right, now I've probably made things hard on myself, though. So let's add a couple of train signals. All right. That, and that, and that. No. It was fine. The signal was fine. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Great. I just wanted to give that a little bit more of a dealy bob or something. Okay. So hopefully now all of this will work and I didn't just break all of this. Find out. Why am I back here? I was coming back here for a reason. What was I coming back here for? Oh, dark prismarine. Right. I remember things. Hey, Carp, how's it going? Welcome, welcome. Hope you're all having a nice, peaceful Saturday. Okay, so what I need is to dark prismarine, which I believe I have in this. Yes, there's some dark prismarine. Cool. It's about all the dark prismarine I have, but hey. Turns out there actually isn't that much. When you tear down a ocean monument, there's surprisingly little dark prismarine in it. Lots of other prismarine, bricks and blocks and stuff, but the dark stuff, not nearly as much. All right. You know, I might take that machine. My dark prismarine. Oh, that's the wrong way. This way. There we go. This way? This way. There it is. Okay. And dark prismarine. So that's going to be... That needs to come out, and this needs to be... Oops. All right, I've forgotten how the backpack, or for how the storage works. It's totally a thing I should remember. Maybe I need a wrench? Yes. Dark prismarine. Okay. Cool. Cool. And that should deal with all of that. Okay. And, you know, some excess cod. All right. Nice. Oh, yes. All the Saturday morning donuts. Okay. We're going to start voiding those. So here's how this will play out, I think. We'll also void that. These guys will fill up, which means these storage things will fill up, and then this will all back up with the shards, okay? The excess shards will get fed over here and help clean out the crystals. So that should keep our crystals from backing up too much and blocking the whole system. At least that's the plan. So, all right, so let's run the farm for a few minutes and just see how this goes. And then I can kind of show you how the storage system and everything works. So let's meander here past the RV of fun. Okay. And look down here. I really should have just built these from one side, but okay. Anyway, so we've got squid. They're bouncing through portals. It's wonderful. We'll give this a minute. So what I'm going to have to do here later today is definitely clean out a line of soul sand under each of these lines of portals. And then, you know, I probably should actually come in and just totally glass over this whole thing. Just completely enclose it so that I don't get guardians outside the farm. Like that guy there, right? He's a problem. We need to avoid that sort of problem. So, you know, it's a thing. We'll fix it. In any case, we should now have enough fish, raw salmon. Okay, I guess I have the raw salmon. Anyway, we should now have enough guardians in the farm. So let's go take a look at how this farm works. Because it's going to be the greatest of all things. Okay, it's not, but it's actually kind of fun to watch happen. So, all right, so in we go. All right, so look at this, right? So I talked about frozen fish. The guardians all get dropped into the snow, and because it's 3 blocks deep, it keeps them all in there. Okay, I was having problems with one layer where they'd be bouncing above it and not freezing, and even a second layer was not quite enough. But you can see how many drops we're getting here. So yeah, so we're going to get all of these happy little blocks right through here. And we'll get all of this stuff. And the way this is set up is hopefully the fish will come out this way when needed. Unfortunately, this is going to start voiding fish. So this will end up draining and being empty. So I'm hoping we can get a whole bunch of stuff out of this. In fact, let's replace this with a brass funnel so that it drops things out in stacks rather than one at a time. I think that'll make this a little bit nicer. Okay. Okay. Yeah, see, that's just... Do I have another? Because that's pulling out in stacks too. So do I have another one of those? I don't. Let's craft. Yes, we are going to craft. Because it is a game where we both mine and craft, so we're going to get some kelp. And we're going to get some brass ingots. And we're going to craft up some funnels. I needed one. I'm making a bunch because I just always need them. You know, again, every once in a while, I actually prepare ahead of time. All right. All right, so that should work. So it's definitely pulling in lots of cod. Or it thinks it is. And, so this should be good. So hopefully, you know, I might even, if I set this so it puts out fish faster, I don't know. We'll be okay. We'll get there. We'll definitely get there. So we're going to get plenty of fish. It's going to be great. And, oh, right. And now I need to spawn proof all of this. Because it turns out those are spawnable. And again, with the ghasts and stuff. With the, hey, I don't want them. I know. They're all emo and stuff, which is cool, but I guess. Yep. That's it. Starting with 1.21.6 or 7 or whatever it is. Yep, we're going to have happy guests and emo guests, and it's going to be great. Okay. That would look better if it were a vault, but honestly, I don't think we're going to get any dark prismarine because I don't think we're going to get any squid in here. They're just not going to bubble up, I think. All right. But we're definitely doing good things. And yes, I think this will actually keep up with the squid as they fall through. So that's good. So I think the next step here is going to be to get as much glass as I can get. Well, I'll sort all this stuff out later. Get as much glass as I can get, and then see if I can get all of those walls in place. Yeah. A little bit worried about this. Let's come over here and let's be sure we're dropping things off at least in batches of 16. That might be good. That might be good. That way we'll get them in a big enough clump that yes, one will go there and we'll get some coming out this way. It'll be fine. All right. Nope, that makes sense. So let's go get some glass. Do I want this to go all the way across? I kind of do. I don't know that it's going to make any difference at all, but having it go loopy-loopy is probably okay. All right. Loopy-loopy in the soupy. Okay. Because that makes sense. You know, I'm just here. I don't know what's coming out of my mouth any more than you do. It's just, I'm just going to get random, nonsense. Like loopy in my soupy. Because I don't know. I don't know. I don't understand me. I don't know why the rest of you do, but I certainly don't. Okay, so let's head down. Right, I was getting glass. All right. All right, so we're going to need one explodey goodness. Where did I put my train box? I know I picked it up. I think I just threw it in here somewhere. All right, train. I really hope I didn't lose that one because there it is. Okay. Because yeah, there's a lot of stuff in that box and I would rather not lose it. Okay. I know, I'm weird like that, but it's true. The Matrix has me. That's right. That's right. I don't know anything. Or that maybe came out wrong too. I don't know what I'm talking about. It's okay. Fine. I'm a bug. Yeah, that's fair. All right, so step one, get all the glass in the world. Okay. Okay, because yeah, I'm going to need so much glass. I'm getting none of the glass. All right, that's cool. That's cool. We'll let that fill up. Okay, and I'm kind of hoping that this will be enough. It may not be, but we'll find out, I'm sure. In the meantime, let's sleep. And then we'll deal with the stuff. Now, my hope here, such as it is that I will have enough glass to enclose this. To enclose the farm. If not, well, we don't. But, we can hope and dream. Okay. So, what I'm going to do, we'll head back Actually, before we head back, shall we set up a train schedule? Let's head over to the let's head to the Italian restaurant. All right, we'll head to the underpinnings of Luigi's and Mario's, and let's set up a train schedule so that the train will go pick up some fish. Okay. This is perfectly hygienic, by the way. Walking across all the chocolate, perfectly hygienic. Not at all a problem for anybody. Okay, just in case you were wondering, it's perfectly fine. Okay. You know, nobody will notice the footprints in their chocolate because I will melt it down first. Okay? All right. Now, let's see. Fish. Ah, no, that's mushrooms. There's the fish. It must be the one that doesn't have a filter on it. Cool. All right, we'll grab a... No, that needs to be a smart filter. Okay. No, we're fine. That's good. We're totally have everything I need, right? Yes. Okay. I do. We're fine. It's going to be great. Actually, do it this way. It's not going to make a lot of difference, but I'm going to feel better about myself. So, you know, that's the important thing. Okay. Well, maybe I won't. I was hoping I was actually going to use all the nuggets, but it's actually 2 per, not 3, and all that stuff. So, you know, I remember things. Where do those anvils go? I used to have anvils floating around. I probably put them over at the... probably moved them over here. Yeah. Hi, guys. All right. So, what we're going to do, first go to the guardian fish. Okay? Wait 2 seconds, and then come back to the, come back to pizza. Yes. All right. And this is going to be pizza, oops. This is pizza fish. Okay. All right, now I need to set a filter for pizza fish. All right. Sweet. And somewhat fishy, but that's okay. All right, so this is going to go pointing in that way. There's our filter. Output is there. Okay, and now this machine is going to the dairy to get cheese, apparently. So what I'm going to do is we'll throw that on there. Okay. And hopefully we should be fine. Eventually, that should then go pick up fish. Oh, I think they're stuck. I think we're at a weird crossroads where this train can't go because that train can't go, and we're totally stuck. Yep. Okay. Where's my happy mustachioed train? Oh, there it is. Oh yeah, we are totally... Nobody can go anywhere for any reason at all, apparently. Okay. Let's see. If I... Yeah, no, something here is screwy, and I don't know where it's all screwy, but okay. All right, cool. Nice. So hopefully we should be totally good now. Or something. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Woohoo! All right, should we take one more peek in, just see if there's more glass? We're going to be using a lot of it here, so. All right, and so our glass is, okay. Not fabulous. But I'm okay with that. All right. Sweet. Let's go finish building an aquarium and digging out some stuff. So what would be the best way of doing this? I think the best thing to do will be to dig out the soul sand, and then we'll go through and do with the rest of it. Okay. You know, I have an RV that can travel back and forth. That could be faster. Or, you know, not. I don't know. All right, so let's get over here. Oh, yeah, this is totally blocking this, so cool. All right. So what I'm going to do, first of all, is let's get our invisibility potion, which was here somewhere. There it is. Okay. And a shovel. And I've got some boots on. Actually, I've got lots of stuff on. So we're going to take all of this off. And okay. So the problem I'm going to have is that breathing is a thing I like to do on occasion. So the trick is going to be to do this and then breathe and then stop. But okay. Okay. I'm going to be fairly visible while doing this, unfortunately. So I may have to. Okay. That's my, hey, I need to breathe. All right. Let's see if I can make this happen, I guess. Oh yeah, death is coming for me here. All right. All right, so we are going to come down this way. Oops, take these boots off for a moment. Okay. Woohoo! All right, so this all needs to go away. Yep. Okay, and now I need to breathe. All right. Breathing is good. So let's... All right, so that one is already clear. This one... Where is this one? This is at... Okay, I'm going to turn on the gamma override so we can all see. Minus 274. Okay. 74 is this one right here. Okay. All right, so this invisibility potion is going to be doing almost nothing, but we can hope and dream. At least when the guardians spawn, they should, for the most part, get shot up to the surface, so they won't see us. All right, that's the plan. All right, so this is now at, what is that? 279 or 269. Okay. 269 is right here. Okay. And so basically I'm doing this so that the guardians will get pushed up, but only when they're not underneath a portal. Okay? Because I don't want them to get stuck on the portals. Okay? All right, now so the next one. Okay, so those three are not. The next one is at, what is that? Minus 262. Okay. Minus 262. That would be this one. I am digging up the soul sand all the live long day. All right. And then coming over here, we're at minus 255. Okay. 255 is this. All right. So, yep, we're getting there. All right. Next one. 248. I'll be here. Okay. This is where I'm grateful for my diving boots. Makes this go a little faster. Ooh. Okay. All right, we're getting there. All right, next. So that was 248. This one is 241. Right, because it should be 7 blocks apart. So 241. All right. Yeah. Woohoo! Okay, no, we got it. We got it. We're good. Everything's great. All right. Oh, hi. Look, it's you guys out here. This is being right where I don't want you to be. Cool. All right, so we got those ones in, and then I think that's it. Minus 234. I think I've already done that one. Cool. Okay, so we are now set. I don't like those guardians spawning under there, or being under there just in general. But, so what I might end up having to do is going through all of that and just being sure I've got a layer of something underneath the soul sand, which would be, it's not a bad thing, it's just annoying. Woohoo! Hi. Yeah, okay, take this off for the moment. So that I can swim. Okay. Okay, also be slightly less visible. Yeah, what I'll need to do is definitely need to get some. Right there. Yep, get the boots. Okay, and backpack. More glass. All the glass. Okay. Yeah, so I'm basically visible. But yeah, what I'll do is when I get closer to the surface and there are more guardians to try to zap me, I'll go get some more invisibility potion and we'll try to be a little bit sneakier about that up top. But down here, I'm not quite as concerned about it. All right. Yeah, so the hope here is that we can keep as many of the guardians inside the farm as possible. All right, so let's see what else is going on. I can't say I've had a whole lot. I said my vacation was less of a vacation than I would have liked because the power outages we had in town also affected work, and so I had to log into systems from here and fix a couple of things. I think out of the 5 days I had off this week, I think I ended up dealing with work stuff on 4 of them. So, you know, that was exciting. But otherwise, it's good. And, you know, I've been, 2, 3. Been living the bachelor life a little bit this week because my wife was taking my daughter back to college, and it's, so it's just been me, and I have been really bad about eating healthy this week. I've been living off of French fries and chicken nuggets. Though I did make a big pitcher of smoothies. That stinks. Yeah. Yeah, no, I did make a big pitcher of fruit smoothies. Grabbed some frozen fruit and added some rum extract, right? Just the rum flavoring. And a little bit of, oh, I threw a little stevia in there to sweeten it just a touch, but that was tasty. And, you know, I can cook. I am fully capable of cooking. I just don't. but yeah, the work stuff is definitely less fun than it could have been, but fortunately, most of the time it was quick, but it's okay. We did all right. All right, so I'm going to see how well I survive here with those guardians right there on top of the thing. Hopefully they're bouncing around enough that they'll just end up in the portals before they can see me. If that's the case, that'll make this process a lot faster. Because then I won't have to worry about stopping to get air and all that other good stuff, right? But yeah, it was good. It was nice being able to just, hey, I want a little bit of a snack, because I'm a horrible snacker, right? I want to snack all the time, which is also why I got as heavy as I did, and still am, really, when it comes down to it. But being able to just, here, I will pour myself a smoothie. Then it's fruit, it's relatively healthy, and, you know, I get, you know, fruit nutrients or something. I just have to be careful with it, because if I drink too much, it messes with me. Because I've got that whole fructose intolerance nonsense. So, okay. I think I might be back. Let's double check. All right, so let's see. Are we good? I hope. Twitch obviously would have reconnected. I don't know if Rumble is still there. YouTube does seem to be live still. I think. Okay. Woohoo! Okay, I'm back. Yeah, it's I don't know why, but my wired link just disappeared. I had to jump over onto the Wi-Fi. Honestly, I don't know if that is an issue with my PC or an issue with my Spectrum router. Right now, I'm kind of leaning to it's a PC problem. Because it seems to be an issue, because I haven't rebooted for like 3 or 4 days. And if I don't reboot once in a while, yeah, my Ethernet link just goes stupid. Now, I have my Asus router, which I switched to a while back, which was awesome. I had to send that back for repairs, so hopefully we'll be okay. Okay. But yeah, it's just silly. But yeah, even my wife noticed the difference between the two routers, and obviously it's the same link, so it's not an issue with You know, oh, this particular link is faster. Nope, that's the same link. It's just the Spectrum, the router they give you, it's garbage. Okay, oh, I need to take my shoes off so I can get the rest of this. All right. So that's one side done. How much more glass do I have left? I've got some. I might be able to get two sides. So I guess that's a thing. All right. Alrighty, so since we're here and going down anyway, you know, if you're gonna go down, make it worth the time. All right, so let's get this going all the way across. Okay. The problem with wearing diving boots is that they make you sink, which is also the reason I wear diving boots, but all right. So anyway, my router's on the way for repairs. I think it was just a port issue. I think the WAN port on that router just went out. But we'll see. I was talking to support, and they sort of agreed that's probably the issue. So I hope they'll send it back and say, yep, it works, and we're good now. That should be nice. Okay, getting there. All right. Whoa! Bubbles, bubbles! So, anyway. So, I get to place glass for a while. It's going to be fun. So, I'm trying to think if anything else was going on. And nope, it's pretty chill. I'm trying to set up my Chromebook to dual boot into Linux without losing the Chromebook features. And I've got it set up. I had to put it into developer mode and all that good stuff. Because honestly, I do like the Chrome OS. It's just simple to use for what I need this thing for. But I actually ended up needing some full-on desktop type features that I am not able to get through the Linux container that they set up for that type of thing. So now I'm going through that, and I was going to hopefully get that done. I was hoping to get that done yesterday, but because of work and then other things, like, yeah, I guess I'm not doing that today. But if I can get that done this weekend, that would be nice. Maybe able to get that done. Because what I want to be able to do is use OBS, because I've been asked at church to stream our sacrament meeting. It's the main our main Sunday meeting, so that those people who are at home can watch the services, which is great. But you know, and they said, "Oh yeah, you stream. You know how all this stuff works." I said, "Yeah, but I'm on a desktop at home, and I've got all this hardware. I'm not set up to do it remotely." So, working to get all of that working. So, but it'll be good too once I've got it set up. I actually have a solution that might work. I'm not gonna say work better, but might be easier overall if and when people are gone. Is OBSBot makes a device, it's the OBSBot Talent, which is a portable streaming thing. You can run, yeah, I know, hazard of letting people know you do anything. It's like telling people you work with computers. Now suddenly doing tech support for the neighborhood, which I don't mind much because I actually enjoy it. It's just, yeah. But anyway, so the OBSBot talent is really cool because you can plug in the HDMI. I think you can, I can't remember if that one does, we'll do USB cameras as well. But it gives you a monitor screen so you can see where you're at, and then it's quick and easy, I think, to switch scenes when needed. Okay, because while we can broadcast right to the opening exercise, right, the announcements and opening prayer and all that hymns and stuff, we can't broadcast the sacrament being passed. Okay, so that's easy. I can deal with that. In OBS, you switch scenes, mute everything. Everything's great. Okay, wonderful. But I can't do that. I tried just using the YouTube's stream with your webcam, but it never turns off the webcam. It just leaves it down in the corner, even if you share your screen to something else. Okay, not what I was looking for. But anyway, the OBSBot talent would, it gives you all that control. So that I could potentially leave it there. So if I'm ever gone, it's like, okay, here's how this works. And, we can do things. Okay, and that's great. But sadly, that's $1,200 or something, $1,000. It's like, nope, I don't have that kind of money to throw at this. On the other hand, if it were just me, and I didn't have to worry about anybody else. Okay, are we going to get shot? We're going to get shot. I don't want to get shot. If it were just me, there's the Rodecaster video, which actually looks really cool. And that's something I could potentially use separate, because what I'd like to be able to do is, well, record a podcast, obviously. But I'd like to, and I can do that on my desk, but I'd like to potentially have my wife on as a guest on the podcast once in a while. And, talk to her about different things. Because she does some fun stuff that would be cool just to, just to talk about. Or it's like when we met, the only books she really read were romances. Okay. And not, there's nothing wrong with that. That was just her jam. But then she found a couple of books and got into fantasy and stuff. And yeah, it would be awesome to be able to do, but the problem I've got is that I have no setup here to be able to get us up on separate mics and maybe even separate cameras or anything like that. I just don't have anything rigged up to be able to do that type of thing. So it would be really slick to grab like the Rodecaster video, which has the whole Rodecaster, suite of mixing features and stuff. Oh, okay. Missed a couple of spots there. Okay. We'll just do something about that. And it can also do some automated video switching and stuff, which is kind of cool. So, all right. And we've got a runaway Guardian over there, which is not ideal. Okay. I think I'm going to have to pop up here and take care of this guy. A couple of them. Hi, how are you? Okay, tell you what. If you swim in there, I won't hit you again. So yeah, I think it would be really cool to be able to, and we were talking about that a bit. I said the other day, it's like, you know what? That would be really fun. So why can't the sacrament be seen? I don't know what the policy behind it is. There's just a church policy. I think they just don't want the ordinance shared, and I don't know exactly what the thinking is, but it's a church-wide policy. So, whoops, there we go. Okay. And it's not that big a deal to just said if I had the full OBS and stuff, just swap over. New scene. Hey, sacraments in progress. We'll be back in a few minutes. But, yeah. I mean, it's that's a little sus. I mean, it's there. I mean, when everybody's there. I mean, it's an open church meeting. I don't know why they choose not to broadcast it. It might actually have less to do with not broadcasting the ordinance as much as being sure that the people who are taking the ordinance are actually there, right? I don't know. The handbook doesn't have the reasoning in it. It just says, hey, don't do this. Okay. Yeah, the church general handbook of instructions is publicly available. It's on the website. So all of the instructions they give to all of the leaders in the church, that's publicly available. So anybody can go see that if they want to. And I did. I went through. I was reading through all of the instructions they had. It's like, okay, what is going on? So. But yeah, most of the priesthood ordinances, I don't think they don't televise those. So, but yeah, if you ever want to see it, I mean, the sacrament prayers are in Scripture, so it's like they're totally available if anybody wants to see them. It's not like we keep any of that secret, which is why I think it has more to do with people being in attendance for that, as opposed to, oh, I'm hearing them do the ordinance online so I can just do this at home. I think that's whoa, hi. Okay. But again, I don't know. I'm just guessing. But yeah, I said, if you ever want to see it, you can just go to your local Latter-day Saint church on a Sunday, and yep, it's right there. Said it's not like our sacrament meetings are public, so. Yep, whoa, okay. Oh, hi, look at you being all shooty over there. There we go. Are you gone? Oh, no, he's still up there. All right, hang on. I need to take care of this guy. Okay, yep. Hi. Can you, go away? Okay. Yep, we're just going to bounce here together. It's going to be great. Yeah, that's right. I'm going to bounce, and we're going to take the axe to you and all. Whoa, come here. Come here. Gotcha. Gotcha. All right. Yeah, looks, we've got one more guardian over there, which is going to be somewhat problematic, but might be okay. Oh, I should get a sandwich because I'm slowly going hungry. I know, it was sad. It's just bouncy and having fun, but okay, I need to keep an eye on my air tank here. I have another one in my backpack, so we're fine there, but okay. No. Oops. All right. We are doing okay. So, yeah, all the good stuff. But anyway, so yeah, I'm working through the technical side of that, all that nonsense. It's like, okay, if I can get... Okay. Yep, we got 2 minutes. Should be okay. Well, yeah, if I can work through all that technical stuff, it'll be good. Because we have a number of people who have medical issues that prevent them from coming to church on Sunday. So it's like, yeah, can we do something so that they can still feel like they're part of the ward and that we haven't, you know. We do still have people who like go visit them and stuff, you know, because that's a thing. But it's not quite the same, you know. Like we've got one person, she has ALS, and so it's really hard for her to do anything, really. And she's definitely been feeling left out, so, you know. Been rereading the Emperor's Edge series? Nice. Have you with Sicarius? Yeah. I need to get back and reread that. My daughter was reading it, so I didn't want to jump in until she was done. But now that she's off at college, the books are mine again. And so I can read them and not have to worry about waiting for her to finish before I can get to the next book. Because I've done that a couple of times with various series. That's not nearly as much fun as it sounds. Yep. That was such a fun series, The Emperor's Edge. I was surprised because I got the first 3 books in that series for free on Google Play. They had a sale. It's like, yo, yeah, it's the first 3 in the series. Okay, cool. I'll give it a shot. The price is right, so I jumped in to start. It's like, oh, I've not read a fantasy set in the Age of Steam. This is cool. Well, let's see how this is going. And yeah, it ended up being a lot of fun. So, yep. Okay, let's get up here for a minute. All right, so I don't have a huge amount of glass. Let's go ahead and swap out my air tanks. Okay. And let's see, do I have more glass? Nope, that is it. All right. So, what is this? Is this the second side? I think it's the second side. Let me see my character's face. Okay, well, I can't. I'm wearing a hat right now. Give me a sec. Jump up here. Okay. Oh, and I suppose, options. Hat. There we go. See? There we go. See? I have a face. It's totally a face. All right. Okay. Video settings. Oh, you wanted to see the scuba thing. Okay, cool. All right, hang on. Let me put my hat back on. I need my sunglasses. All right, and scuba. There we go. See? We're, yep, and so I've got a back tank, and I've got my scuba hat on, and my diving boots. You know, we're all set here. I suppose I could wear my pants, too. There, now I got the pants on, too. What I really should do, and I might do that, do it sometime when I'm bored and want to just play Minecraft, is go hunt up some more netherite. And so I can netherite my back tanks and my diving helmet. That's what made you think of... Oh, right. Yeah, they've got a couple of the... Well, Create is very much a Steam era or steampunk style system. right? It's all cogs and steam and all of that. Now, there are add-ons and things that, oh yeah, we'll do electricity and nuclear power. It's like, yeah, now you're starting to get a little bit outside of what I want to do with Minecraft. But, oh, yeah. But that was a fun series. There was that one, and I forgot, she had a couple of, oops, smacked the microphone. She had a couple of different series with dragons, which were kind of cool, too. I forgot what it was. The heroine was a... Whoa. Oh, hi. Hi, could you, like, not shoot me? That would be awesome. Yeah, look at you being all over here and shooty. Of course, now the wall's in place. He's not going up. Anyway, she was a magic user from the past who somehow ended up in the modern day of the world, and she has a sentient sword, which is like was a teenager sorceress who was dying, and so ended up immortal in a sword. And then the guy was like a fighter pilot, flew biplanes, which, you know, I'm all about that life, so yeah, that was fun. I didn't finish the first series. I think I thought I had the whole series in ebook. It turns out I only had the first couple of books. And then I stumbled onto a different series that was set in that same world. And hi. Dude, you're missing a llama or two. Do you have anything interesting? Blue ice. Yeah. But yeah, those were fun. Heck, I stumbled onto a different series that was set in the Emperor's Edge universe. Okay, so I need to do that one. Okay, it looks like I've got 3 of the 4 walls done. So that's cool. Yeah, I didn't realize it was set in the Emperor's Edge universe when I started reading it. It was just, oh yeah, fantasy, this is cool. And so I started reading it, and, you know, and I was enjoying it, and said, oh, the name of this other country sounds really familiar. But it'd been a while since I've read The Emperor's Edge, so I couldn't remember why it sounded familiar. And then it made some comments like, oh, wait a minute. Was that about the Mage Hunters? No, the second series was, or the other series I read was, it took place in one of the rival countries. Sort of like Chinese cultural base, Chinese-Japanese feel. And he and his family is just dealing with being there and trying to get, restore honor to their family. Nuria, that might be it. Yeah. I have to go back and look it up. But yeah, so here he is doing his thing. The country grows into revolution. And he starts learning about, oh yeah, look all the stuff that the emperor was hiding from us and things like that. Okay, and I am now out of stuff. So, cool. Let's get out of here. I have to get some more glass to finish this wall, but that'll really help. I think it'll keep all of our happy little guardians in the happy little farm. All right. And Amaranth and Sicarius show up in that one too. So it's like, oh, cool. The other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cover this whole thing with Prismarine. Oh, hey, you got to put on the elytra. If you're going to fly with it, you got to wear it. Okay? That's just one of those things. It's weird, but also true. All right, so we'll go head back. I need to charge my back tank. Both of them. Whoa. Okay, it's important to land on the ground. Okay. Yeah, look at all these guys. Getting all frozen. Yeah, this is the process. This is the real life process when you have fish that's caught on the ship and immediately frozen. This is how that works, is they just dump them in a giant thing of powdered snow and let them freeze. You know. So yeah, we are totally full up on prismarine. Prismarine bricks will, we're about a third of the way there. Okay, we are backing up into this storage vault, which is cool. All right. Oh, that big spinning thing? That's a windmill. It just looks stupid. That's a windmill, so it powers the... it just provides power to this whole mess. So, yeah. All right. Cool. So let's go see what I've got in the way of glass. Honestly, I might have had glass in the RV. We'll check when I get back. But I've got to power up or refill my back tanks anyway, so we'll do that. Okay. Yep, just because I don't use an elytra a lot in this world doesn't mean I can't. All right. So throw that in there, and then where's the other one? Okay. Okay. And then number the next one. Number 2. It'll take a little bit longer for that to charge because it was obviously more empty than the other one. Okay. Cool. All right, let's see what I have in the way of glass up here. That's not going to cut it. Well. All right. Let's restock the rockets. And then, let's see what... I guess I'll head back and we'll see if I've got glass in the... Oh, hey, look. The mustache train came back from the nether. Sweet. Sorry, I gotta go watch this. Not that it's gonna be that special or anything, but... Yeah. So we should start getting... It should offload a bunch of fish for us here. Which will be cool. And... Right. Fish. Here, fishy, fishy, fishy. Oh, darn it. Yeah, the Mario music went through your head. Yeah. I just realized I screwed up that schedule. Okay, the pizza fish. This actually needs to be on item cargo condition less than 1 item. Okay. Cool. All right. Nice. So we will hopefully get more. We'll get more fish into the system when it comes back, but I forgot which one of these. Okay, that's... Oh, that's onions. Right. And then this one should be... Is this one fish? Yeah. Okay. Nice. So hopefully all of that is working. I'm not 100% sure I got it all set up correctly, but we'll find out. Anyway, I was doing stuff. What was I doing? Oh yeah, I was going to go see if I had any more if I had any more glass in the RV. Hopefully so, because that would be handy. Where am I going? This way. All right, so somewhere there it is. Oh no, this is not the right farm. This is the Froglight farm. Wrong one. Sorry. Took a wrong turn. It's the complete opposite direction. It's this way. Now I think I'm lost. Yep, there it is. I flew past the farm. Okay. Oh. Haha. Well, I found where the trader's llamas are. Or at least one of them. So the wandering trader must have spawned up here. And then he fell off. He had to have fallen off somewhere where the... Okay. Well, hi. Okay. He's totally fine. Right, so I was going to check the RV for glass. Okay. Well, this is not going to cut it. No, not so much. We've got a lot to do and not a lot of glass to do it with. All right, well that's going to have to be something I solve later. But actually that's something I could probably handle not too badly. All right. Which side is the one that's not finished? This side. Okay. Ah, darn. Okay. As I said, this is probably not strictly necessary. But it is going to be kind of nice to have the Guardians contained. It would also be handy, too, if I decide to do anything else out here, I won't have to worry about the Guardians much. So, you know, that's fun. Yep. Yes, take care. Enjoy. Happy Easter to you as well. And, cool. All right, well, since I'm going to need to do glass, again, that'll be a problem for future me, so let's go get some prismarine and yeah, we'll do all that. Yeah, some of this cod you see floating here, it's because fish spawned in the platform and ended up well, just getting stuck is pretty much what ended up happening. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Hop on up. Right. Nope. All right. He just lives there now. All right. So I was going to go take a look and see. Well, do I have prismarine? Yes, I have lots and lots of prismarine. In fact, I probably have it. Because I put a bunch of it in my backpack here. Yeah, so we'll go with this. If I need more, I'll get more. But the next thing I'm going to need, though, is invisibility potions. 100%. I'm going to be standing on top of that farm, and there are going to be guardians that are going to want to put lots of fun lasers in my head. So, and I could do without head lasers. Okay. Head lasers are not my favorite thing in the world, so we'll just all right. Woohoo! All right, so we'll just hop down here. Okay. Hello, summon. All right, and I don't have any scaffolding on me either. That's fine. All right. So let's prepare. I think I can get away with using the backpack. So if I have to fly away, I can do that. All right. And so now we are going to... We're just going to run this across the top. And I'll get it all lit so that it's not, you know, scary and stuff. But... because I don't need other mobs spawning on top of this. But the reason I'm putting the prismarine brick here is the guardians, I guess, spawn faster underneath blocks. Or maybe, I don't know if it's just prismarine blocks or if it's all blocks. But one or the other, I'm not sure. But and the spawning rules are like that so that the guardians will spawn more often inside the ocean monuments than they will on the outside. Okay, so yeah, so that's why. Nothing overly crazy. And it's not going to be like it's a huge, huge deal to not have them there, but as I said, I want to close this off, so if I decide to do anything else over here, I don't have to worry about the guardians shooting me in the face. Or in the back, or the side, or anywhere else, because honestly, I'm done with the deathfish. I do not need well, I just don't need them to shoot me in the face. So I'll build this ring around, and then we'll get the platform on it and all that good stuff. Or put the ceiling on it. It'll be great. Okay. And honestly, the safety aspect of it is probably the biggest reason. Because I would rather not, as I said, not get shot in the face. And I don't know what else I would do out here. You know, I don't think I'd want to build another mob farm or anything out this way. That would sort of reduce the effectiveness of the squids here, or the guardians. But I mean, I suppose I could try to build a squid farm out here. The problem is that squid just, they don't care about bubbles. And because of that, their whole lack of caring makes them a little bit tougher to farm. On the other hand, I think I have a good spot to farm them right outside my base, so that might be the way I'm going to approach that. Okay. Alright. Yeah, so once this is done... Oh, I can turn the gamma override off. Not that it makes any difference in broad daylight, but... You know. Okay. So once I get this section in, we'll go back and make sure it's all well enough lit that I don't have to worry about set the other mobs and stuff. Mostly because, hey, this is a mob farm, and other mobs would just interfere with how well it works, so. Anyway. So let's see. So we're going to get this in place. Now, all right. See, this is what happens when you get squid in bubble columns, apparently. They ascend into heaven and then are rapidly drawn back. So, you know. Squid are yo-yos. Confirmed. Okay. Oh, man, I am so thirsty today. I may have to take a bio break here in the not too distant future. It's the joy of, you know, drinking the water. I like water, but yeah. You know, that's not where that block goes. And yeah, I suppose I could just slab over the whole thing so I don't have to worry about torch spam or anything like that, but I could also come through here and drop in something else, right? I could drop in like sea lanterns or something just periodically to keep the lights on, but because yeah, the Guardians don't care about light. Right, they just... And they're all spawning underneath anyway. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, putting some sea lanterns in there could be okay, you know. I like sea lanterns. Sea lanterns are such a great block because, one, they're a light block. They look better than that nasty glowstone stuff. And there's still a glass block that you can open chests through, which is not true of frog lights. So if you want to put a light over a chest, it's you're either dealing with glowstone or a redstone lamp, or sea lanterns. Sea lanterns just look better. I mean, if you're going to cover the whole thing with trapdoors or something, it doesn't matter, but... Okay. Now, there's a certain reality here that I will probably never use all of the prismarine blocks that I'm getting from this farm. But also the reality is I'm not farming this for prismarine. And it's going to be a nice side effect. And the sea lanterns definitely. I definitely want the sea lanterns. But remember, the reason I built this farm was for the fish. This is a fish farm. Okay, this is not by design, or at least by intention, a prismarine or sea lantern farm. Okay, it's... This is fish, so I could put fish in recipes and things. Yeah, something I'm going to be dealing with soon, and I don't know when, but soon, is I'll need to build I want to build a sushi shop. Some places that's got fish and... Oh, hi. Okay, good. I guess I don't really need invisibility potions up here. Because my invisibility has worn off, so... And now, especially now that the first round is done, it's going to be easy enough to get... it's going to be easy enough to get out of line of sight, and so they stop shooting me, so... Yeah. I guess I really only needed the one potion. I mean, it's okay. I still have 100 or something of them back up in the RV, but... Because I've stocked that with drinks. So, you know, we're totally good there, you know. Alright. But yeah, we are getting a few fish droppings in this Um, because there will be some cod or some salmon that will spawn in and get caught up. Said if I could get the... Oops. Hi. No. Okay. Yeah, also the Guardians don't really spend that long bouncing around on the scaffolding. They get sucked into those portals fairly quickly. So yeah, not something I need to worry about too much. Yeah, but anyway, so let's see what else is going on. So, new podcast coming out this week. If you're a supporter at musicfreegaming.com, you'll be able to see that on Monday. And everyone else will be able to pick it up on Wednesday. Yep, and that one's about something. Oh, serialized and episodic TV. It's fun. I posted the channel art for that, or the episode art for that in the supporters channel in the Discord. Which, again, if you become a supporter either through musicfreegaming.com, which is the best way to do that, or as a Twitch sub, you can see that channel. And I got a little tickle out of that cover art. It's got Daredevil, it's got the Stargate SG-1 crew on it, you know, all sorts of good stuff. Okay, so but it made me chuckle a little bit, so I always like it when that happens. Is it a great thumbnail? Maybe not, but it was still fun to put together. Okay. I think we're actually pretty good on light. I had it... The torches on the portals were keeping everything safe before the portals are lit, and I don't think that's changing anything here. All right. Yep, so that was fun, and I recorded another one today because, as I said, I'm picking my son up from the airport next week, so that's going to be exciting. Nice to have him home. He's fun because we can talk tech and programming and all that stuff because he's a computer science major, so we get to chat about all the fun stuff. And he's going to a much better computer science program than I went to. Because I came down to college, I was going to be a teacher. I think I've talked about that before. I was going to teach high school math. Because I do enjoy teaching. I don't enjoy tests and homework any more than the students do, but I do enjoy teaching. And so step out of the way of that. Okay. But yeah, turns out teaching was not a career for me, which is fine. So when I switched over to be computer science, I was still at the same school. So they had an okay computer science program. Don't get me wrong. It wasn't a bad program at all. It just wasn't as rigorous as the one my son's in now. And yeah, and he's getting into fun stuff too that just was not available when I was a student. Okay, let's see. Should have... Do we have more? Nope, apparently not. Okay. Well, let's go... Let's go get some more prismarine. The fun part is we're actually chunk loading the nether on that side with all of the fish flopping through there. Yeah, see, I thought this really doesn't look like it's active, you know? I'm not entirely sure. Maybe we'll find out when if the train goes by while I'm still over here. Okay. All right, prismarine. Okay. I think we've got it all. Yep. Oh yeah, we are definitely cooking over there, I'll tell you. All right. Yeah, and the fish that were here died quickly. So, yeah, I think this is doing okay. We don't seem to be really overloading things too much. Okay, there's my sandwich. Okay, which is good. I was a little bit worried about that, you know? I really don't want to cause all sorts of pain and suffering for the server. I really don't. All right. Okay. And if this isn't enough, well, I have a ridiculous amount of prismarine back in my base now, because all of the blocks from the monument that I took down, they're back at my base. Completely filled a hardened storage box. I was not prepared for that. I was not expecting to have that much prismarine coming out of those that monument, but hey, got it. Which is again part of the reason why I'm not overly concerned about these blocks. Still, it's good to have them. Okay. All right, anyway. What I'm excited to, because my wife gets home from this evening, I think. She gets home from taking my daughter to college, and yeah, I've missed her. I love my wife, so it's nice to have her around. It is kind of sad, though. The 1 week when it's just the two of us, and I'm gone for half of it for work. So, but that's okay. But it'll be good, though. We're, yep, there we go. All this. Hi. Thanks. Oh, yeah, we are definitely doing stuff. Guardian farms are such a pain in the neck to do. They're cool and all. They really are, but... And as I said, technically, I don't need to do this. This is not necessary as far as I'm aware, but it should help the rates just a little bit. Because the Guardians are going to leave this farm quickly. And once they drop into the nether, that opens up the mob cap for more Guardians to spawn. So they get out of this fairly quick. And you'll see some farms, they use water to float the Guardians into the portals. Turns out that's not really necessary. They bounce in just about as quickly as they would if you put them in a water stream. and in some cases faster. So, you know. Okay. Do have one guardian out there. But again, the farm is not completely enclosed, so. So yeah, not too surprised to see one or two of them get out. Okay. Yeah, the piglins I'm a little bit concerned about. Well, piglins and anything that's not fish. Obviously, the piglins themselves, who cares? But they do sort of eat into the mob cap a little bit. And I've got a lot of portals here. All right. Only 4 more sections to go, so we are making progress. All right. But I will need to AFK this farm at least a little bit for just to be sure I've got enough fish. Okay. So, yeah, because unfortunately, I don't think the Guardians would spawn with just a chunk loader. Because they do have to, they sort of require a player be nearby, so. All right. Okay, so let's see. So what's going to be next after the Guardian farm? And I actually don't know. I think what I might do is I might set up might do a shop for burgers and things. Right? Because you can do, hamburgers and hot dogs, I think. And maybe not hot dogs, but definitely hamburgers. So it would be nice to do a shop that's just, burgers and fries and stuff. I think I can do chicken nuggets. Can I do nuggets? I can't do chicken nuggets. So, yeah. Set up a little, fast food place. I think that'll be a nice little shop to do. Okay. Oh yeah, we're definitely making progress. If I can keep the number of those mistakes down, it should be good. Also, the next sections are a little bit smaller because of just because of the way I built this. Yeah, I totally should have just built it from one side and then everything would have been a little bit more even, but I built the 2 outside portals first and then didn't feel the need to go back and fix it, so. So I just got a little awkward. Okay. Okay, good. Good to know. I just got to pick up my groceries here after lunch. And it's nice when you order it online and everything's in stock, so. I didn't go crazy this week, so. Yeah, my wife said she likes to walk the aisles of the grocery store, and I get that. I'm definitely not that. I'm thrilled that I can order online and just go pick it up. No delivery fees. Okay, just go, stick it in my trunk, and now it is a little bit annoying because Colorado is one of those annoying states that completely bans uh, bags at checkout. I think they finally decided that, okay, yeah, I guess paper bags are okay. All right, and I am out of stuff. All right, well, let's go take a look. So, when they bring it out, I'll have to bag it or box it or something. But that's not a big deal. Okay. Let's go see how much we've got in the way of prismarine bricks. Okay. 96. Woo. Ooh. All right. Definitely not enough. Let's head back to my base where I know I have more prismarine waiting for me. Because I offloaded the drill, so oh yeah, we're stocked for prismarine. Okay. Yeah, we'll go through here. All right. Up and down. Storage. Okay, we're getting there. Getting there. So yeah, so setting up a restaurant that's got chicken nuggets could be fun. Oh, before I pull from there, let me check my overflow first. Just so I clean that out before I get into everything else. Yeah. Okay, I think that'll be... Yeah, see, I've got so much prismarine that just flooded this system. Okay. Will that be enough for... Probably not. Probably not. So let's we'll restock this. Okay. Yeah, we'll just load that up and we should be good. Okay. Cool. All right, well, let's head back and finish the job. Okay. Portal. Up we go. Oh, righty. Yeah, and I'm gonna have to take a look because I did set up one of those chunk loaders on the portal or on the train station prior, and it just didn't I'm not sure it totally lit up, so I don't know if this is behaving itself or not. Well, that's definitely something I'll have to take a look at later. All right. This is going to be cool when it's done, though. I mean, obviously, I still need to go get all of the glass, but just so I can finish the one side. But otherwise, we are just about done with this. If I have AFK at my base for a little bit, I'll get glass from that factory. I also have a lot of sand. I could just throw that in the smelter, too. Because, hey, Create Mod gives renewable sand. Oh. Okay, there we go. Okay, so let's see. Oh, I have not had a chance to fire up any of the snapshots and play with the Happy Ghast. But there's some cool stuff that's coming with that. And I loved what they made a change last week, the snapshot on with leads, so that now you can leash any leashable mob to any other leashable mob, which means now you could actually set up mule trains and stuff, or so, or llama trains where all of the llamas are actually leashed together. You don't have to worry about them wandering off, which is nice. And you can stick a boat underneath a happy ghast and get sort of a hot air balloon. Unfortunately, and I think this is an oversight, I don't know how they would do it otherwise, but it would be cool if you could sit in a boat underneath a happy ghast and control it from there, but rather than having to be on the top, so you really get that hot air balloon feeling, but nope, that's not how they did it. But it is cool. It's going to be slow, but it looks like it's going to be a nice, easy way to move mobs around. Is just get them in a boat underneath a happy ghast and move them around. It said it's going to be slow, so it'd still not be my favorite way of moving villagers long distances, but at least it would be a fairly simple way of doing it. And after having watched Good Times with Scar try to move a bunch of different mobs in boats and other things like that, it's like, yeah, no, this seems like a much nicer option. Just to get them under a happy ghast and carry them that way, you know? All right. All right, we'll get this. We've got one more side to go. And then we should be good, except for that one little, well, it's a fairly big section of glass we need to do, but except for that section of glass, we should be okay. All right, so let's see. Anything else? What else to talk about? I don't know. I just don't. Am I out of ideas? Yes, I am. It's interesting when you see. I hang out in Zach Bussey's Discord and for stream news and stuff like that, and was a little bit surprised to see he posted a short from a content creator I watch who's not on Twitch. Jill Barup created a Twitch account last year when she was having issues with YouTube. YouTube had broken her AdSense account. So she was looking at other options, like, okay, what can I do to continue making content and things like that, right? Well, so she set up an account on Twitch, but then did nothing with it. Well, apparently something flagged on her account, and her Twitch account got permanently banned, which is a feat for an account that's never been used. But she finally got it back. It was just, and with much less hassle in some ways than she was with YouTube. Okay, so just light up the dark spots, because again, I do not want hostile mobs to spawn up here. Jill's YouTube channel is fun. See, I follow a number of channels that talk about arms and armor and stuff like that. Historical European martial arts. Now, I don't follow any channels that do like hardcore HEMA like training. I'm more interested in the history than the modern practice of it. So there are a few. You know, I think I started on with Shadiversity and then ended up with Scalagrim and you know, Todd's Workshop, which that's a fascinating channel too. Scala Gladiatoria, but also ran into Jill Barrett. Now Jill's fun. She's an actor combatant. So basically she is qualified to pretend to hit people on stage. Okay, let's just double check, make sure the everything is safe. Yep. Okay. So she's not looking at any of this stuff from a historical perspective. She's looking at it from a theater perspective. Oops. Hi. All right. Oops. And now I've got my boots. We're just going to sink to the bottom and we're done. Okay. So she's looking at it from a historical perspective, or from a theater perspective, as well as some of the history, but she's a lot of fun. She's got a sense of humor that tickles me a little bit. And so, you know, I'm a fan. Okay. All right. Now, unfortunately, I can't see anything that's going on now because of the roof, but yeah. Now, I don't have any way really of measuring. Did this go faster? Are we in fact faster? I don't know. But the squids or the guardians are definitely popping up, which is good. And I'm not seeing a lot of them. Right, there's going to be some that are down there. But I suppose if I were to completely drill out underneath this, they would just sink and then be completely out of the despawn sphere. That's an interesting thought. But anyway, yeah, so that might be a thing I have to do. Okay, I'll think about that. But yeah, we seem to be doing pretty good in here. Let me turn this back on. We don't have too many guardians getting stuck. We've got a few, but we don't have too many that are getting really stuck underneath the... Yeah, underneath the obsidian. There's a few. And they should eventually sort of swim out. Right, they'll get up there and say, "Oh, I will swim this way," and then get caught in the bubble column and end up, you know, feeding the farm. But that's okay. So yeah, it's just these ones that are spawning in the gaps. That would be nice if they don't end up in the bubble column, to get them under the farm and out. So if I do, oops, main box is on. That's not what I wanted to do. My despawn sphere might be gone. Hang on. Let me turn this on. Shapes. Yeah. Okay. So things can spawn in that space. Okay. Which, when we come underwater here, okay, we're not getting too far underneath this. Okay. So if I just dig out under there, so that if any guardians end up in these gaps, they get out of that sphere and into despawnable space so that they despawn. That'll help too. I don't know that I'm going to do that today, but yeah, just running a drill right underneath all of those would probably help. Yep, just clean all of that stuff out and let the Let's let those guardians despawn. All right. Now, they'll despawn eventually anyway, but they despawn almost instantly once they're outside of the despawn sphere. All right. So let's get back over here. We'll head back into the nether, and we'll take a look at... oh, I totally missed a stream joke. Why did the tree go to the dentist? It needed a root canal. Wow. I got... Snooper said goodbye and said a joke, and I just totally missed it. That's sad. Okay. All right. So yeah, so we're getting... Yeah, I might want to dial this up just so that I get a few more fish, but... Or a few more sea lanterns. But otherwise... And this is the prismarine, the dark prismarine I put in the first place. So we're definitely not getting... We're definitely not getting squids in this. Which I guess is okay. Alright. Cool. Oh, hey. I don't mind if there's... Right, this is what I was dealing with or concerned about, is getting a little bit of gold here. Because if I get one of those... if I get those piglins in here, they'll die, and then I get their drops, which then end up breaking a lot of things. So, let's see. I had a backpack here. All right, so where's my item filters? There we go. List filters. Okay, first of all, I need to clean that out because... All right. All right, so let's see. I want a list filter that's basically... Well, here. Basically not cod is what I want. Only cod. Okay. All right, so now what I want to do is let's set up a thing. Shoot. That's what I'm looking for. Shoot. That's it. I know words. Okay. So basically, if it is not... If it's not cod... Okay, we'll stick this here with our filter on it. Okay. Okay. So allow list, everything. Okay. All right, so if it's not cod, it's going to end up here, and then I'll just light a fire. So anything that's not cod should end up burning. Okay. Right, so if I throw this in here... did I set that right? Oh, deny cod. Okay, nope, I had it backwards. All right, cool. Uh-oh. Hang on just a minute. All right. Spam, spam, and spam. Okay. And I think we're back. All right, good. All right, so now if I throw some salmon on there. Yeah, okay. Yeah, what we should be seeing here now is... Right, there it goes. Okay, cool. Good. That will solve our issues with zombie flesh and other things. right? Like bone meal. I like bone meal. Bone meal's nice, but not when I'm over here wanting cod. So, all right. Nice. All right, so this is good. And I've got some extra. This box, I don't plan on pulling fish out of it. But if I end up with extras, right, this whole line will back up, right? And any extra fish will stay here, will get fed in this way. It'll just keep this vault clean of any extra cod. Okay? And what we should start seeing here is these are starting to fill up, right? Obviously, we still have a bunch of prismarine, but you know, prismarine bricks and regular prismarine, these will fill up. And once they do, these lines will back up, and all of the prismarine shards will end up, you know, backed up, but backing into the sea lanterns. So I don't have to worry about setting up void filters on each of these. They'll void eventually. Actually, well, these won't void. They'll fill up eventually. But all of the excess shards will go into this and should void that way. At least I think that's the plan. So it should be fairly close. If not, we'll end up getting things backed up here, but I don't think we're going to have that problem. So that'll be good. All right. All right. I'm liking this. We are definitely doing good things here, I think. So, oh, right. Nice. Okay, so let's go and turn that off. All right. So let's hop in here, take a look, see what I had left. I definitely had a bunch of stuff here for... Oops, my rockets are in there now. Get those back. Yeah, definitely had a bunch of things that I don't need now, but... And we are set for potions of invisibility when the time comes. Nice. So let's... This is good. This is good. All right. Let's go ahead and head back to the parking. Oh, I need to put the train back together. Okay. Reassemble the train and let's go. All right. Hopefully things are... Sorry if you're seeing some buffering. I don't think it's on my end anymore. There might have been a little bit of a bump, but I think we're okay. All right. Cool. Well, this is good. This is good. We're going to have all sorts of fish eventually. Also, my windows are silly again. Okay. That's fine. That's fine. Everything's great. Yeah, unfortunately, my network stuff, that was annoying. But okay. We're here. We're in. All right. Go and put the parking away. Oh, and I do need to assemble the train, or disassemble the train so I can pick up my boxes. All right, but this is good. We've got potions. We've got fire. Yeah, I could take my super large drill and yeah, just take that down into the nether with some fire resist potion and just wipe out huge swaths of underneath the nether. All right. Ta-da. Yep. See, I've got plenty of fire resist potions too. We are set for potions. Because yeah, it could be kind of nice to actually, I need to add protection 4. And I think I can add goggles to the diving helmet, and I think I can netherite it as well. So that'll be good. All right. Well, and hey, this potion brewer, I have a video up that went up on Friday. So if you want to know how to make this automated potion brewer, it's up on my channel. So check that action out. But I think that will do it for me today. This was all sorts of fun and excitement. So thank you all so much. Next stream, so there's no stream on Tuesday. So the next stream, sorry about that. The next stream is going to be on Thursday at 6 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time. So be sure to check that action out. And also give a shout out to my supporters.